It's 2004. 10-year-old me decides to watch what every other kid my age was raving about.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
And sure enough, I loved it, but not exactly in the best way.
Sounds like you have mental problems, man.
At the time, it felt more like noise, like it had nothing to offer but slapstick jokes and surface-level characters.
Leave the mothers out of this, all right?
The kind of perspective you get when you're not really paying attention. But the older I got and the deeper I dug, I found that it's about a lot more than just mustaches and cologne.
It's made with bits of real panther, so you know it's good.
What is that smell?
It's a surprisingly sharp dissection of how fragile the male ego can be when it's built on nothing but performance.
Just doing my workout.
Well, you asked me to come by, sir.
Oh, did I?
It's a takedown of outdated masculinity, done with so much flair and self-awareness that you barely realize how clever it is until you're halfway through quoting it.
But sometimes you just gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, when in Rome.
Anchorman shouldn't work. On paper, it's nonsense. The characters are walking exaggerations, the plot barely exists, but somehow it not only works, it thrives.
Afternoon delight.
It taps into something most people don't even realize they're watching.
We are #1.
See, what I didn't realize is that it's about fear.
Everyone relax. She's not going to take anyone's airtime.
Fear of being irrelevant, fear of being replaced, fear of being ordinary. In other words, it's a story about male insecurity.
Believe me, if there's one thing Ron Burgundy knows, it's women.
Do you know who I am?
Disguised very convincingly as a comedy.
Where did you get those clothes? At the toilet store?
At the center of it all is Ron Burgundy, the voice of a generation, according to Ron Burgundy. He's confident, polished, and admired by everyone, except really anyone paying attention.
I'm not lonely. I'm beloved by everyone in San Diego.
Because if you actually listen to him, he's not saying anything. He's just doing impressions of what he thinks a successful man sounds like.
Strictly professional. Doesn't mean we can't have fun.
His confidence is performative. He's not proud, he's practiced. He brags about leather-bound books. He smells of rich mahogany. These aren't character traits. They're bullet points on a brochure he made about himself.
I'm not a baby. I'm a man.
Ron is addicted to being seen a certain way. And when someone threatens that image, when someone smarter, better, more composed enters the room, it doesn't just rattle him, it absolutely breaks him.
I've been reduced to rubble.
That someone is Veronica Corningstone. She's capable, professional, and completely uninterested in playing into the boys' delusions. She doesn't have to outshine them, she just has to exist. And suddenly, everything the Channel 4 team thought was permanent starts to unravel.
I mean, come on, Ed. It's bullcrap. It is Anchorman. I don't know what we're yelling about.
But here's the part that gets overlooked. Veronica isn't just a straight character in a sea of clowns. She's funny, she's sharp.
You've got a dirty mouth.
You have man boobs.
She goes toe-to-toe with Ron not by yelling louder, but by being unfazed. That's the most powerful thing in a room full of guys desperate to be validated. Someone who doesn't need their approval. And Ron doesn't know what to do with that.
You look like a blueberry.
Why don't you go back to your home on Island?
Because for him, status is everything. He's more than simply the anchor, he's the sun, and everyone else is supposed to orbit him. When Veronica starts stealing attention, respect, and airtime, it's more than simply competition.
This is bad, Ron. Real bad.
It's identity theft. He doesn't see her as a peer, he sees her as a glitch in the system.
Don't you get it, Ron? I want to be an anchor.
The film doesn't need to hammer that home with dramatic monologues.
I hate you, Ron Burgundy. I hate you.
It just shows it again and again. Ron doesn't spiral because he's evil. He spirals because the applause stops and he doesn't know who he is without it.
Veronica filled in for you. What?
And the rest of the Channel 4 news team, they're just as insecure. They've built their personas around a very specific, very outdated idea of masculinity. Champ is all bravado and closeted emotions.
You're trying to touch my breast, aren't you?
What can I say? I like the way you're put together.
I think you and me should get an apartment together.
Why don't you stop talking for a while?
Maybe sit the next couple plays out.
Brian is trying to turn intimacy into self-worth.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Brick is the only one not pretending to be something he's not, which might make him the most honest of the bunch. But even Brick is performing in his own way.
I would like to extend to you an invitation to the pants party.
He wants to fit in, he wants to be accepted. He just doesn't know the rules, so he copies what he sees. That's what all of them are doing, and Anchorman never lets them off the hook for it.
What in the hell's diversity?
The comedy doesn't come from mocking masculinity. It comes from exposing how flimsy it is when it's built built on nothing. The brawl between rival news teams isn't just a gag, it's a tantrum.
Now let's do this!
A public meltdown over relevance.
That escalated quickly. Brick killed a guy.
That absurdity works because it mirrors reality, the lengths people go to protect their image.
Let the games begin!
The theatrics of ego, the desperate scramble for recognition. It's exaggerated in Anchorman, but it's not far off from the real world. We've all seen someone unravel over something trivial. The difference is this film has the confidence to laugh at it, and it also serves as a satire of how competitive environments push people into cartoonish behavior.
I make fart noises with my mouth.
In a world driven by ratings, everyone is ready to escalate,
She's better than me!
to treat every slight or dip in viewership like a declaration of war.
Ladies can do stuff now, and you're gonna have to learn how to deal with that.
And it's not just limited to the newsroom. It's pointing at every office, every boardroom, every space where status is currency.
I will not have my newsroom be divided!
Another angle that gives the film its staying power is how it understands performance as identity. These men don't just play roles, they believe in them.
Children, grow up.
Ron believes in the legend of Ron Burgundy, so much so that when it breaks, he doesn't know how to function.
So when he fell hard.
That's where the tragedy creeps in under the comedy. The idea that if you strip away someone's persona, they might not know who they are anymore. This humor works because it's rooted in character, not punchlines. Ron saying, "Go f yourself, San Diego," is shocking because it's exactly what would happen if a man like Ron trusted the machine more than his own brain.
Ron, I've got to fire you.
Well, I've got to fire you.
Bing bong bong.
He doesn't think, he reads. And when what he reads ruins him, he can't process it because he never learned how to. That moment is the beginning of his collapse. He loses everything. His job, his reputation, his dog.
He took him with his foot and he kicked him. I'm in a glass case of emotion.
That's clearly a man mourning the death of his identity. Even the visual gags feel loaded with meaning. The jazz flute solo, for example, isn't just a random detour. It's a man desperately trying to impress a woman by doing the one thing he knows will steal the spotlight.
God, you are so beautiful.
That whole scene is equal parts hysterical and sad, because we've all met someone who confuses attention for connection.
Veronica and I are gonna get married on top of a mountain.
There's something oddly beautiful about how the film frames Ron's rock bottom. The montage of him wandering the streets, beard fully grown, voice hoarse, trying to convince himself he's still who he was. It's goofy, but it lands, because most comedies wouldn't give that moment space. It lets you see that beneath the punchlines is a real fear. Eventually, Ron finds a path back. He saves Veronica. He shares the desk. He learns, barely, but enough.
Great story.
That's what makes the ending work. It's not a full transformation, it's a crack in the armor, a first step. And the film never preaches about it. It lets the characters be loud, dumb, selfish, and accidentally human.
Saving the woman I used to have familiar relations with.
That's why Anchorman has aged so well. It wasn't chasing trends, it wasn't trying to be provocative. It was holding a mirror up to a specific kind of man and saying, "This is you, and you kind of look ridiculous." And it did it with love.
Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it?
I love lamp.
It laughed with them more than simply at them. Because at the end of the day, these guys aren't villains. They're not symbols. They're just scared. Scared of growing up. Scared of being forgotten. And instead of admitting that, they spray on Sex Panther cologne and yell about how great they are.
And that, of course, was our newest reporter, Veronica Corningstone. I'd also like to share with you that we are currently dating, and that she is quite a handful in the bedroom.
It's funny, it's sad, it's familiar. And that's what makes Anchorman more than just a comedy. It's a portrait of insecurity in a suit and tie. A man afraid to lose the mic, a team afraid to change the script, and a world that eventually moves on, with or without them.
Stay classy, I'm Ron Burgundy.
Thanks for stopping by.
Stay classy. Ron Burgundy.